The boy who once promised forever suddenly disappeared. And when he came back senior year, everyone believed his version of the story except the girl who loved him. The hallway at Westbrook High sounded like 1,000 different conversations crashing into each other. Lockers slammed. Someone laughed too loudly. A phone notification dinged somewhere every 3 seconds. Drea Lawson leaned against her locker, scrolling through her phone while pretending she wasn't watching the football team walk past. "Stop staring," Anna muttered beside her, shoving a textbook into her backpack. "I'm not staring," Drea said. "You absolutely are." Drea rolled her eyes and snapped her locker shut. "I'm observing." "Observing what? Your emotional trauma walking down the hallway?" Drea elbowed her friend. "Shut up." Anna grinned unapologetically. "Look, if you're going to secretly pine for the quarterback, at least own it." Drea groaned. "I'm not pining." At the far end of the hallway, Henry Parker walked through the crowd like he always did, confident, relaxed, like the school was his personal movie set. He laughed at something one of the guys said, his football jacket slung over his shoulder. And right beside him was Cindy Carter. Perfect Cindy Carter. Her blonde hair fell perfectly around her shoulders. She was smiling up at Henry like he was the most fascinating person alive. Drea quickly looked down at her phone. Too late. Anna had already noticed. "Oof," Anna whispered. "Direct hit." "I literally do not care," Drea said, typing aggressively into the group chat. Anna peered over her shoulder. "You absolutely care." Drea typed back. "Shut up." The truth was, 6 months ago Henry Parker used to text her every night. It's not like flirty football player texts either. It's real ones. Memes, dumb jokes, midnight conversations about music and life. Sometimes they'd stay up texting until 2 in the morning. He'd even walked her home after a football game once. Drea had been sure something was starting. And then one day, nothing. Just one message. "Hey, things are really busy right now. I probably won't have time to keep talking like before. Hope you understand." That was it. Anna snapped her fingers in front of her face. "Earth to Drea. I said I'm fine. You look like you're plotting a crime." Drea shoved her phone into her pocket. "Come on, we're going to be late for media club." The media club room was the quietest place in the school, which was exactly why Drea liked it. While most people were at football practice or drama rehearsal, she was sitting cross-legged on the floor, digging through dusty storage boxes. "Why do we have DVDs from 2008? She muttered. Across the room, Anna was flipping through an ancient yearbook, because this school refuses to throw anything away. Drea pushed another box aside. Then she noticed a small stack of envelopes wedged between 2 old camera cases. She pulled them out. Most were blank, except one. Her name was written on the front. Drea frowned. "That's weird. What?" Anna asked. Drea turned the envelope over. The handwriting was instantly familiar. Her stomach dropped. Henry Parker. Her fingers suddenly felt clumsy as she opened the envelope. Inside was a folded letter. The paper crinkled as she opened it. Anna crawled closer. "What is it?" Drea started reading silently. Then again. Anna leaned over her shoulder. "What does it say?" Drea's voice came out barely above a whisper. He was sick." "What?" "He got really sick during the training camp. Like hospital sick." Anna blinked. "What?" Drea's eyes scanned the page again. Said the doctors think his vision might get worse, and that he didn't want to scare me, but he didn't want to lose me either. Her throat tightened. At the bottom of the page were the final lines. "I know we never really said what we are, but I care about you more than anyone. If I make it back before prom, will you go with me?" Anna's mouth fell open. Drea stared at the letter like it might disappear. "He never stopped talking to me," she whispered. Anna frowned. "Then why did he send that text?" "I don't know." Footsteps echoed in the doorway. Both girls looked up. Cindy Carter stood there. Her expression was calm, almost curious. Well, Cindy said lightly, "This is awkward." Drea quickly folded the letter. Cindy stepped closer. "Is that Henry's handwriting?" Anna crossed her arms. "Why do you care?" Cindy tilted her head, pretending to think. "Oh, right." Her eyes settled on Drea. "Because he's my boyfriend." The room felt suddenly colder. Drea held the letter tighter. "You wrote this months ago." Cindy extended her hand. "Let me see." "No." Cindy sighed softly, like dealing with a child. Then she moved faster than Drea expected. She snatched the letter from her hands. Hey. Cindy scanned the page quickly. For a split second, something sharp flashed in her eyes. Then she smiled, slowly, sweetly. You know, she said, tearing the letter down the middle. Now, you should really stop pretending Henry ever liked you. The ripped pieces fluttered into the trash. Dre froze. Anna stepped forward angrily. What is wrong with you? Cindy brushed imaginary dust off her sweater. Just helping clear up a misunderstanding. She turned to leave, then paused at the doorway. Oh, and Dre? She glanced back with a gentle smile. Next time you want attention, try not to make up fake love stories. The door clicked shut. Dre stared at the shredded letter in the trash can. Her chest felt tight. Something wasn't right. Someone had lied, and for the first time in months, Drea realized the story she believed about Henry might not be the truth at all. Dre didn't move for a long time. Pieces of the letter sat in the trash can like confetti from the world's worst celebration. Anna was the first to break the silence. Oh, she did not just. Dre slowly knelt beside the trash can and picked up the torn pieces. Her hands were shaking. She tore it, Anna said, pacing. She literally tore it like she's in some evil teen movie. Drea stared at the fragments. Henry's handwriting was still there. Half sentences. Pieces of words. Care about you. Prom, didn't want to lose. Her chest tightened. She knew, Dre whispered. Anna stopped pacing. What? She knew this letter existed. Anna crouched next to her. Okay, let's breathe for a second. Dre shook her head. No, this doesn't make sense. Anna's voice softened. Then we figure it out. Dre looked at her friend. What if he thinks I rejected him? Anna blinked. Oh, they both went quiet. Anna repeated. Dre grabbed her phone. I'm texting him. Anna raised an eyebrow. The football prince who hasn't spoken to you in 6 months? Yes. Dre typed quickly. Did you write me a letter last year? She stared at the screen. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Her heart started pounding. Finally, a reply came. What letter? Dre's stomach dropped. Anna leaned closer. Okay, Anna said slowly. That's weird. Another message appeared. Wait, did you ever get my hospital letter? Dre froze. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. I just found it today. The typing bubble appeared instantly, then vanished. Then came a new message. Meet me behind the gym after practice. Anna looked at her. Well, she said, this just got interesting. The football field lights glowed against the dark sky. Practice had just ended. Players were leaving in loud clusters, joking and shoving each other. Dre stood near the bleachers, trying not to look like she was having a mild emotional breakdown. Anna leaned against the fence beside her. If he breaks your heart again, she said, I will trip him during the next game. Dre snorted, despite herself. You can't sabotage the quarterback. Watch me. Footsteps approached. Henry Parker walked toward them, helmet tucked under his arm. For the first time, Dre noticed something different. He squinted slightly, like the lights were too bright. He stopped a few feet away. Anna crossed her arms protectively. I'll be right here, she said. Henry nodded awkwardly. Fair. Dre held the taped-together pieces of the letter in her hands. You wrote this, she said. Henry's eyes widened. You got it? Today, his jaw tightened. I sent that months ago, I know. He ran a hand through his hair. Thought you ignored it. Dre blinked. Ignored it. He sent me a message 2 weeks later. Her heart skipped. What message? Henry pulled out his phone and opened something. Turned the screen toward her. A screenshot. A message. Henry, I'm sorry you're sick, but this was never serious. I think it's better if we stop talking. Dre stared at it. I never sent that. Henry's expression shifted. Your number did. No, she said quietly. It didn't. Anna stepped forward. Let me guess, she said. Blonde hair? Sweet smile? Looks like she came straight out of a toothpaste commercial. Henry frowned. Cindy. Dre nodded slowly. Cindy. The realization spread across his face like a slow sunrise. That night at the hospital, he said. She volunteered there. Anna groaned loudly. Of course she did. Henry rubbed his temples. She told me you visited and left that message. I never even knew you were sick. They stood in silence. The weight of a year of misunderstanding hung between them. Finally, Henry laughed softly. This is the worst romantic comedy ever. Drea smiled weakly. Seriously? He looked at her again. His eyes softened. I meant everything in that letter. Dre's throat tightened. You asked me to prom? Henry chuckled. Yeah, that was a bold move. Well, she said quietly, prom is in 2 weeks. Henry looked surprised. Are you saying? Anna suddenly clapped her hands. Okay, before we get cute here, she interrupted, we still have a villain problem. Right on cue, a familiar voice floated across the field. Well, this is adorable. Cindy Carter walked toward them under the stadium lights. She looked perfectly calm, perfectly composed. Henry turned toward her. Did you take my letter to Drea? Stee tilted her head. Oh, that thing. Drea clenched her fists. You lied to both of us. Cindy smiled faintly. I protected him. From what? Henry asked. From someone who never fit in his world. The words hung in the air. Anna scoffed. Wow, that's some Disney villain logic. Cindy sighed. Something flickered in Cindy's expression. For the first time, she looked unsure. Drea stepped forward. You don't get to rewrite our story. Cindy stared at her for a long moment. Then she shrugged. Well, she said lightly, I guess the truth is out now. She turned and walked away across the field. Anna watched her go. Okay, that girl is definitely going to run a corporation someday. Henry laughed softly, and he looked back at Drea. I'm really sorry. So am I. They stood there awkwardly. Finally, Henry scratched the back of his neck. So, prom. Drea opened her mouth to answer, but then she paused. The stadium lights reflected in her eyes. I don't know yet. Henry blinked. Anna looked shocked. Drea smiled gently. A year ago I would have said yes without thinking. Henry nodded slowly. But now, she continued, I want to choose it for the right reasons. He looked at her carefully. That's fair. She exhaled. Let's start over. Henry smiled. I'd like that. Anna threw her hands up. Oh my God, we just unlocked the slow burn romance route. Drea laughed for the first time in months. Henry pulled out his phone. Then how about this? He said. First official text of the new beginning. Dre's phone buzzed. She opened the message. Hi, Dre. I'm Henry. Want to get coffee sometime? She looked up at him. The stadium lights glowed around them. Her heart felt lighter, but also full of possibilities. She typed back slowly. Maybe, and for the first time in a long time, the story wasn't over.